Coming up on AgweekTV, ag workers are in high demand. We'll see what some schools are doing to meet the need. Passing down the family farm can be complicated. We'll have some advice. Some high school students are raising their own pigs from birth. And where do trees come from? We'll take you to the Minnesota State Tree Nursery, where they're growing millions of pines. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. Thousands of workers are needed to fill high-demand ag jobs like welding. As Kennedy Tesh reports in this week's Ag Week cover story, some schools are coming up with creative ways to get students out into the workforce faster.
The need for farm equipment mechanics and service technicians is expected to grow about 11% by 2030, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Welding is in especially high demand, with a need for about 330,000 new welders by 2028. Craig Peters, Dean of Management and Technical Programs for Minnesota West Community and Technical College, says he's seeing a shift to trades.
If you look at Southwest Minnesota, there are so many jobs open. We could basically keep every high school student in Southwest Minnesota, and that would basically help us fill the jobs. Right now, there's a huge gap where we have thousands of positions open, and a lot of those are in technical programs.
Mike Lockard, a precision ag product specialist for RDO equipment, works closely with Bismarck State College to help train students in ag tech.
There's a huge demand in the agriculture industry now, not only with, custom applicators, agronomists, also on the dealership side, as far as trying to help the next generation come into this with a good head of steam so that they can, hit the ground running.
Riker Gladys is a diesel mechanics student at Minnesota West. He plans to use his new skills at his family's trucking business.
See some of the newest technology, learn a little bit more that I didn't know then, so I can do my job more efficiently.
Chase Schluter got a 2-year welding degree and now has his own custom mobile welding business in eastern South Dakota. He says it's in high demand in ag.
It's endless. It's a career that is needed everywhere. So you can be welding forever.
In Canby, Minnesota, this is Kennedy Tesh for Ag Week.
You can read more in the next Ag Week magazine or at agweek.com. Navigating how to operate a family business into the next generation can be a tricky subject and conversation that may be difficult for families to discuss. That's why Prairie Family Business Association hosted their first Farm Family Forum in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It was targeted at farm families looking to pass down the business to the next generation, or just looking to navigate different aspects of business operation with each other.
A lot of family farms don't really classify themselves as family businesses, but they have all the same issues that family businesses have, and they are a family business. And so we really wanted to have an event where we talked to them about those issues and got those issues out on the table so that their family can make progress on those things.
Clint Overski and his family run a crop and livestock operation near Madison, South Dakota. As the 5th generation coming into the business, this event gave the family some tips to navigate the transition period.
I think for most farms, generational transition is kind of a difficult area, and it's something that every operation is going to have to deal with at some point, and just provides a lot of tools here today to get through some of those challenges.
The event was held in person and virtually, with 50 people attending in person and 25 more attending online. They plan to host more events like this in the future. One of the country's biggest potato producers is marking 60 years of growing potatoes in Minnesota. Artie Offutt Farm Seed Potatoes operates more than 15 potato farms across the Midwest. We caught up with them planting 7,000 acres in the Park Rapids area, with about 2,200 pounds planted per acre. That's about 15 million pounds of potato seeds. Warren Warmbold, Artie Offutt Farms Vice President of Midwest Operations, says in the 45 years he's been with the company, he's seen major changes in technology improving farming and crops.
from the tractor steering to our soil monitoring, moisture monitoring. We used to do it basically all physically by hand. We still do that, but we use a lot of soil sensors now, so it's kind of a double check, making sure that we're on, and it's working really well. And it's really helped. I'd say, in our water consumption and usage has definitely gotten better.
This year, RDO is using a new planter from Sputnik Technologies. It plants potatoes without cutting them into a uniform size.
Because they're not having to size the seed and cut it and then worry about the seed healing before it gets planted again. So it's really helping in the process and making a better crop.
RDO doesn't just grow potatoes. The company has planted more than 400,000 trees on its farm over the last 50 years. It plans to plant 20,000 this year. Ahead on AgweekTV, a Mindak sugar beet grower marks a major milestone this spring.
Power Rich Fertilizer is a leading provider of macro and micronutrient fertilizers customized for you. Our products, including granular and liquid foliars, are designed to enhance your crop's yield and disease resistance. We're here to help you get the most out of your crop with our incredible products. To learn more, call Steve Jerolimic at 701-799-2672. Discover the Power Rich difference. Contact us today.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single healthcare, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Dig, lay, and bury drain tile all in one pass with the Crary Tile Pro Plow. The Crary Tile Pro Plow lays tile up to 7 feet deep with boot sizes of 4 to 12 inches. Advantages of installing drain tile to your field provides increased overall yield, improved soil moisture levels, and controls soil erosion. It pays to tile with a Crary Tile Pro. To locate a dealer near you, visit www.crarytilepro.com.
It was October 1st, 2009. We needed some machinery for the farm. We decided to see if we could become a dealer, and that's kind of grown into what it's been today.
We offer basically anything short line. Seed tenders, fertilizer spreaders, sprayers. We can really set ourselves apart by the knowledge we have in those things, by the amount of units we have on hand at all times.
I just have a passion for helping people, getting to know people. It just becomes a lot of fun.
When farmers got together in the early 1970s to form the Mindak Farmers Cooperative in Wahpeton, it would change the way the farms look across our region. The Penders were one of the first families to plant for the sugar beet co-op, and one of those family members recently got started on planting his 50th sugar beet crop. Reporter Kevin Wallivan has more.
In between the wind, rain, sun, and gray days, Howard Pender was once again hopping up on his tractor to start another planting day between Moorhead and Barnesville. Not just any spring crop, his 50th crop, as long as Mindak Co-op has been around.
Oh, it's great. It's the one thing I love most in my life is sitting in a tractor and operating them and combining and stuff. I love sitting and running equipment myself.
It had to have been stressful back in the 1970s when Mindak growers first broke ground, a big gamble then, just like rolling the dice every growing season.
I mean, you're putting a lot of money in the ground in the spring and you're taking a big risk that it's going to turn out. And of course, Lord willing, the weather isn't always perfect, but in the long run, it seems to always turn out okay.
And Howard still remembers and still has his dad's first tractor for planting sugar beets.
Yeah, I remember when I was 11 or 12, my dad bought a new 4020, and I was, that would have been in 65, so I was 11 or 12, yeah, and I think I put the first 100 hours on that tractor.
Howard now farms for his son, Jeff. Technology has certainly changed how crops are planted and harvested.
See, hands-free driving. It's easy. It's not bad.
Could probably even take a nap behind the wheel these days.
It's really easy going and planting beets now. You just punch your field in and your tractor knows where to go out here.
And Howard, who's about to turn 70, says there are no plans to quit farming. It's just too fun. And someone has to feed the world. This is Kevin Walvin reporting for AgWeek near Barnesville.
Howard is one of Mindac's 500 growers who plant and harvest sugar beets every year. Ag education students at a South Dakota Career and Technical High School got a close-up look at the birth of piglets. Ariana Schumacher introduces us to Barbie the sow and her piglets.
Students at the Sioux Falls CTE Academy had the chance to farrow out their own sow. They had 18 piglets right here in the classroom.
Adeline Becker is a senior at Lincoln High School who plans to study animal science after graduation. She says this project solidified her career decision.
Oh, it is so much fun, and it's super nice for the students that may not have the opportunities to have like livestock on hand or go home and being part of these animals and stuff. And it's super cool because it kind of gives you a little bit of a head start, I guess, to see if this is something you want to do going forward.
The project is very hands-on. Students have assisted with every step of the farrowing process.
It's not just sitting in a classroom and learning about the stuff. We get to deal with actually have pigs. We help birth them. We help give them shots, castrate males, dock tails, and we just get to do a lot of cool experiences that you usually don't get to do in a normal classroom setting.
So the project is completely student-led, and it's really, really awesome because the sow that gives birth is donated from Pipestone Farms.
But it's super cool. I feel like I learned so much, and it's my first time that I castrated a pig too, so I feel like there were so many learning curves that came with it.
These 18 little piglets are helping students prepare for their futures.
Something that they will remember forever, but also just the little things that they learned along the way of why we do certain things this way, why we do certain things that way, and remember everything that we do in production agriculture, we do for the benefit of the animal.
It's just crazy how I now know this is for sure what I want to do because I can see it and I've already done it, and so it's super nice to give you a head start.
In Sioux Falls, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
After the pigs are done in the classroom, Barbie will be butchered and her piglets will be distributed to students who are looking to show or process their own pigs.
Coming up on AgweekTV, South Dakota State University students gather to celebrate agriculture.
Do you have nutrient deficiency issues? We can help. Let's talk.
When it comes to grain storage and handling solutions, one call does it all. Gateway Building Systems is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Our expert team is dedicated to creating a customized plan for your future success. Expanding your operation has never been easier with our range of Brock solid bins, grain dryers, conveyors, and more. As your trusted partner, we are committed to serving the needs of farmers. Take the first step toward success and call Gateway Building Systems today.
Do you have salty fields? Try calcine.
We've been putting it on some of our worst spots, and every year you see more bushels, greener crop, healthier crop. Some land down by the river that almost had to take out of production. We've been able to use calcine and bring it back to equal to the rest of the fields. Calcine mixes with basically anything. We put it down with our starter fertilizer. We've mixed it with herbicides. We've applied it broadcast. We've applied it banded. So it's worked in pretty much any capacity, and there's no volatility issues, so it's very easy to use product.
Let's talk. Visit us at EricksonCustomOperations.com.
At Vaterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vaterstad, we look forward to growing together.
Looking to add non-GMO conventional and organic soybeans to your rotation this year? Soyco International out of Gary, Minnesota is looking for new farmer contracts for the 2023 season. They have proven marketing strategies, partnered with local agronomy expertise to work alongside and provide the certified seeds needed for their contract growers. Soyco International is offering premium prices to boost your operations' bottom line. Reach out to Sean Young today at 218-350-3863 to answer any questions.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk. AgWeek weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What will the weather have in store for us as we enter the month of May? Here's John with our AgriWeather Outlook.
All right, May weather in full swing across the United States. Frankly, it's May everywhere, right? But in our case, it's May weather. It's actually turned a little bit wetter across much of the northern plains region, much of the Great Plains, in fact, which had been a little dry. It's turned quite stormy in the central and southern Great Plains and just wet in the northern Great Plains. And the weather is kind of after some swings earlier in March and April when we were having some drier weather. The temperature pattern in most of the Great Plains is kind of tempered. We're seeing seasonal temperatures over most of this area. The rain is falling now in the form of showers and thunderstorms. Getting up into the northern plains, it's not a lot of severe weather yet, but from Iowa, Nebraska southward, there have been plenty of strong thunderstorms. And the temperatures, as I said, have been much more even and look to stay that way as we get on into the middle part of the month of May. Polar jet stream is going south, but it's a fairly weak jet stream today. Kind of a little bit of meandering this weekend. There's a temporary warm up here after what had been a fairly cool week, but this west coast trough will again be building in, so the temperatures are not going to stay very warm in the northern plains. The one part of the country that's going to get some pretty toasty weather is from Texas across to Georgia and Florida, where there will be some 90s, probably quite a few days in the lower and mid 90s this week. The first outbreak, you would say, of summery temperatures in the old South. Cool weather in the northern Rockies and the higher elevations. It will be cold enough for some areas of pretty heavy snow as far south as Colorado. And somewhat cool temperatures will bleed out of that into the western high plains. There will be an attempt at another ridge, but I suspect that this troughiness will generally win out, which will keep the northern plains region somewhere around cool to mild. The hot weather will remain right along that Gulf Coast belt. Going into the second week, now the middle part of May, the warm weather keeps trying to build in, but we keep on with this train of weather systems across the northern plains, and the wet weather is just not going to let it get terribly warm. Now, as far as precipitation goes, this week there will be some significant precipitation, Pacific Northwest, the Rockies, where it will be mostly in the form of snow. Lower elevations will probably be some rain. Showers and thunderstorms early in the week breaking out in the northern plains. Then we get just a few sprinkles, but the weather, there will be several waves across the Corn Belt of showers and thunder showers, and probably one or two of those, especially in the central plains. Southern plains will actually be producing another severe weather round. And it still looks pretty wet into the middle chunk of May over most of the northern plains, central plains, and the Corn Belt.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single healthcare, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire and Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
It was October 1st, 2009. We needed some machinery for the farm. We decided to see if we could become a dealer, and that's kind of grown into what it's been today.
We offer basically anything short line. Seed tenders, fertilizer spreaders, sprayers. We can really set ourselves apart by the knowledge we have in those things, by the amount of units we have on hand at all times.
I just have a passion for helping people, getting to know people. It just becomes a lot of fun.
South Dakota State University celebrates the agriculture industry every day, but as Kennedy Tesh reports, it gets special attention during Ag Week, which was April on campus.
Students in South Dakota State University's College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences celebrated the ag industry with a variety of activities across campus for a week in April.
It's an opportunity to really bridge that gap between those that don't feel like they're directly involved in agriculture to the ones that are directly involved in agriculture, because in truth be told, everything is powered by ag, which is why our theme this year is called Powered by Ag.
Former SDSU head football coach John Stiegelmeier was the keynote speaker for the AgWEEK banquet. He led the Jacks to their first national championship in 2023, becoming the school's winningest football coach.
I think the greatest thing is work ethic.
He grew up on a wheat farm near Selby, South Dakota, and he credits his farm roots for teaching him important values that have served him throughout his life and career.
You just knew you were going to get up and work hard, and it didn't matter what the job was. And obviously in farming it varies sometimes day to day. And I remember embracing that and being who we were. My dad taught me a lot. He taught me to care for things, the machinery, the land, the animals.
As president of the Prexy Council that represents 30 campus groups, Kristen Smith thinks that it's appropriate to expand Ag Day into a full week.
SDSU has a great ag program, and they provide great ag opportunities for students, and I just think that needs to be celebrated more than one day.
In Brookings, South Dakota, this is Kennedy Tesh for Ag Week.
Ag Week featured a number of activities and events, including a sandwich making contest, agriculture trivia night, a milk run, and a banquet. Up next on AgweekTV, Minnesota's state tree nursery is busy this time of year, getting pines off to a good start.
Do you have nutrient deficiency issues? We can help. Let's talk.
Dig, lay, and bury drain tile all in one pass with the Crary Tile Pro Plow. The Crary Tile Pro Plow lays tile up to 7 feet deep with boot sizes of 4 to 12 inches. Advantages of installing drain tile to your field provides increased overall yield, improved soil moisture levels, and controls soil erosion. It pays to tile with a Crary Tile Pro. To locate a dealer near you, Visit www.prairietilepro.com.
Do you have nutrient deficiency issues? Use AgweEK nanotechnology.
The nanotechnology is able to get in the plant quicker and faster. We apply it a couple different times throughout the year depending on which crop it is. It's used, like I say, in spring. We use it in furrow with the sugar beets. We apply some of it as a foliar late season in the sugar beet harvest. We apply it as a foliar and as in furrow with the beans too, so it can be used spring, fall, late fall. We've used it all the seasons.
Let's talk. Visit us at EricksonCustomOperations.com.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
It may be planting season, but they are harvesting young trees at the State Forest Nursery in Medora, Minnesota. The nursery can grow about 20 million trees of varying ages up to 3 years before they're lifted from the ground and sold to public and private buyers around the state. About 3 million seedlings were sold this year. The nursery is located in a sandy area, which conifers love. The trees are mainly used for reforestation, and a lot of them will also go into windbreaks. Ron Hamilton is retired from the nursery, but has come back to oversee the spring lift. With the warm winter with little snow, there was some concern about the young trees, but Hamilton says they came through and are in good shape.
We have a little bit of winter burn on a few species, which is just, some of that's just sun reflecting off the snow. It'll turn a few needles, sometimes kind of orange. They'll die and fall off, but the trees are still good and healthy. The buds are good, and the new growth will come out, as we expect.
Tree seed planting will get underway in June. The state has another nursery at Willow River. It's not currently used as a nursery. It's mostly being used as an orchard to collect seeds. Hamilton says if more trees are needed in the future, that site may restart planting seeds. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and an AgWeek magazine this week. Congressional ag leaders have released the frameworks for a new farm bill. And inventory for used machinery has gone up in the last year, and prices for new machinery should remain to be stable in 2024. We appreciate you watching AgweekTV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.